On this episode of Small Town Gen X,
had Eddie in his bathrobe,
Oh,
and then
sure.
they had Eddie with his tank top tucked into his underwear.
And the little tube.
No, they didn't wear the
Oh.
tube, but they just had the one guy had his underwear, his tank top or his white beater.
That's
and,
hilarious.
tucked into his underwear.
That's great. 'Cause I
that
wouldn't even
was
have thought of that
funny.
because I
No.
would have thought of him in his robe, and I would have thought of him with the dicky.
Oh yes,
Those are the
Dickie,
two
no,
times-
that's my
the
favorite.
two things I think about. Oh, and the blue leisure suit.
Oh yes.
That's like my favorite line.
Yeah.
I think when she's like, he was in a blue leisure.
He was a
leisure
beastly
suit.
man.
He was. What else did she say? He's bulgy.
Bulging, yeah. His license plates were from Kansas.
Hello? Oh, do I have a story for you? Oh, do tell. So, we are back for 2024.
Ooh, Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Very excited, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not excited about having to try to keep remembering to write 24.
Yeah, right.
And I honestly, sometimes I'm like, what year is it? And I think part of it is that I photograph high school seniors.
Oh.
And I am always doing them a year
Year
in
ahead,
advance. So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm working on 2025 high school seniors.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, what?
But what
but
year-
yeah,
what year is it now?
Yeah, yes. So I'm gonna have to kind of
Remember, right.
yeah
Yep.
get that. I don't write it very often, but when I
Oh,
do,
I-
I already
yeah.
did. I had to write a check,
You
and I
had
was
to write
like,
a
God
check.
damn it, I wrote
You wrote
23.
3.
Yeah,
I know. At work I do letters to
Oh,
customers,
sure.
and so I have it saved. So that's the first thing I went in and did on Tuesday was
Oh,
change my date. So
yes.
it would be
Oh,
right
that's
all
a
the
good
time.
idea. To have
So
it,
yeah,
just have it ready.
yeah.
So did you have a good? We haven't been back
No,
for
we took
had
a
our
little
little
Christmas break,
Yeah. Did you have a good holiday?
I did. Did you?
I did.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I mean, I did. Like soon after we recorded our last podcast, I took a tumble.
Right.
So my December was a little
You were kind of laid up.
I
there
was
for
a
while.
little laid up, but I didn't break anything.
Right,
I
that's good.
sprained and tore some ligaments and stuff. And they said that was actually like not worse in the sense of like breaking, but they said it actually takes longer to heal, which I was like, of course it does.
Of course.
But yeah, it was a good holiday. We had Christmas Eve. We had talked about this on our last episode about kind of like what we do.
did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we had it at Dad's house. Everybody came over. We did kind of a different thing with like our cousin gifts.
Oh,
I had
okay.
seen a thing on TikTok, and because we had in the past, we would when my mom was around still, we would like she didn't want to do the whole thing of like you only like do a white elephant, whatever.
Okay.
She didn't like that. She wanted to give everybody
A
a gift. Once she kind of passed, we were all like, yeah, we don't need to give you all.
Right.
We don't love each other as much as my mom did.
Yeah. Our budget's been cut.
Yes. So we did for a while where we would choose, like I would pick, like we would pick a name out
Okay.
of a hat basically, and that's who I was gifting.
Yep.
Then probably like 4 or 5 years ago, we started doing where we did kind of not really I'm kind of like a white elephant where we would pick like get something the color red
Oh, okay.
or the color green.
You would, yeah. So every gift would have to be that
color.
that you- yep.
Yeah. Or we even did one, I think, I don't know if it was in the kitchen or something like we did where it was like something you utilize in the
Okay.
kitchen. We even did for 2 years in a row. And the second year we were like, okay, we're not going to do that again. But we even did one where it was Goodwill. Like
Oh,
you had
you had
$25 and you had to get your gift
at
at
Goodwill.
Goodwill. The last time we did that,
Now, was that a name draw too, or you just got something at Goodwill and set it out?
set it out.
Okay.
And then we would do the numbers
Okay,
and
yep.
then do kind of like a white elephant where you could steal and all that. But people really never stole.
We had to retire too. We do it.
Oh, two.
Yes, we have where you can steal twice. And
Okay.
after twice, then you can't steal
And you can
anymore.
steal one of the gift. Like if it was this water bottle,
right.
it could be stolen twice.
Twice.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
Yep. So we have a man's gift and a woman's gift
Oh,
that we
okay.
play, or that
Okay.
we do, and it's
That's
no
a good
names.
idea.
And then we also do a gag white elephant gift,
Oh.
and so that's fun. And that's anybody. We just buy something that's
Fun.
funny,
Okay.
and or whatever, and play.
Oh.
So yeah, that was.
What were
there
the
were some good gifts.
I was gonna
this
say,
year.
what were the gifts that had to be retired?
Oh, they were all women's, and they were like home decor, like cute Christmas things.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember who took I had a Santa and it got taken, and I really wanted a Santa
Oh,
to set up at
no.
home.
Oh,
But
no.
yeah, so I think
we
it was
got
my
it stole.
sister that stole it, and I think it was her gift.
Oh my god.
I think I can't remember, but yeah, so they were cute. They were very cute.
Well, fun.
Things, so.
Do you guys do a theme? Like or is
No-
it just
no,
women
we-
and men?
Yep. we do.
Okay.
But that a theme one, that sounds like a good one for next year, because sometimes it's hard to think
Like what to
about-
get.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, what a woman, what women, want, and
Yes,
what men, want.
Just have
so
an idea.
maybe we could do like a color. Everybody buys something that's purple.
Well,
or,
it was kind of funny to be like, oh yeah, like I think one of the things that I remember, the red, I'm pretty sure it was my brother had bought. It was like a little sandwich maker thing, but it was red.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of
yeah.
interesting. I can't even remember what that guy bought for it or what I got, but yeah, it's kind of fun. Give it a little theme. What was your gag gift?
My gag gift was that I bought, or what
or
I
both,
got.
yeah.
Let's see. I bought a and I'm gonna say Tom Selleck, but it's not. Burt Reynolds Chia Pet.
Oh.
I always thought it was Tom Selleck. I'm like, oh, and then I went to wrap it. I'm like, it's Burt Reynolds, which was fine. It's
right.
funny,
Still funny.
And
So does it have a mustache?
no, but I was
Oh.
like, they should put it on there.
They should. They should
'cause-
where you have to put
because
little...
Burt Reynolds has a mustache, and so
Yeah,
did Tom
so-
Selleck. So I was
yeah.
thinking Tom Selleck the whole time.
Yes.
And then Chuck's gift, his gag gift that he got, was a Bob Ross toaster,
A toaster.
and that one got stolen. That gag
Really?
gift got stolen.
Oh.
I think at least once, maybe
Oh, how
twice, but yes,
Funny.
yes.
I can't remember if we did a Bob Ross because we did a Friends theme
Oh, okay.
and we did Christmas Vacation theme
Yeah.
and Christmas Story theme. But then we started to be like, if someone would be like, "What about this theme?" and others would be like, "Yeah, I don't
No, I don't
care
think
about
so.
that."
Yeah.
Because there was one we thought about for this year. I think it was Golden Girls.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the guys were like,
No.
no, thank you." So that's a good idea of like doing women's and men's. What did you get?
What? I got a naked man's apron. So it's an apron with a guy that's like naked, but they blurred out his privates.
Oh, nice.
And a sign that said, I think it says, "I laughed so hard, tears ran down my leg." It's something like that.
Oh my God, that's
it's
awesome.
in my kitchen.
That's awesome.
And I don't remember what Chuck got as his gag gift. I'll have to. But yeah, there were some good ones. There was a toilet
it
light.
Sounds like. Oh yes.
I love my toilet
Oh, I
light.
do too.
And that's no gag gift. I said,
No!
I said that is a good gift.
Yeah. It really
It is.
It's a night. It's a
Yes.
little like it's a night light.
Mhm.
And then obviously most of the time when you're getting up and going into the bathroom, you're going in to use the toilet.
Yes.
It's all
And it
lit
lights
up.
up. Yep. It
And
lights
it's
up.
motion.
Right. It's not on
And
all
you
the
can,
time.
It's right. And you can pick your color.
Yeah.
If you'd like. Yeah.
Mine is multiple. It will change.
oh.
Like mine doesn't. The one I have at home.
Gotcha.
It just stays. It just rotates colors
Oh,
all the time.
okay. Okay.
So
I think
Yeah.
I don't know if those
unless it can do just one solid color.
maybe it can. I
yeah.
don't know because I feel like maybe the ones that we have could do that too, but then we
Oh,
could
but then you
pick a color
changed it
because I
to
would put it to
maybe
red.
then. Okay.
It was like it's like the portal to hell. Your toilet.
Your toilet's going. You're going to hell.
So we have found that blue is a nice
calming, yeah.
color. You're not frightened when you get up
Right.
to go to the bathroom.
Right.
You don't think that you're going to be murdered.
Or yeah,
or there
you
was a
look-
murder.
Yeah, right. You look in there and like, what did I just do?
Yeah.
Red was scary. Yes, it is
Yeah, it's a little
shocking.
It is. It is
Yeah.
a little shocking.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, and we did with this TikTok that we found for this year, we did, and I actually did enjoy it because like I said, we couldn't really like settle on a theme.
Okay.
And these people that when we literally did exactly what they did, but everyone brought 3 favorite things. It was the same thing.
Okay.
So like I brought little those little glass like coffee glasses, I guess. They have like the little lid and the straw.
Oh, the straw for
and
iced
for like
or
iced
whatever.
coffee.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, or whatever you want to
Right.
put in there.
Right.
So I brought 3 of those, and you have it where you don't have it wrapped, or I mean you can have them wrapped, but you want to be able to see
Okay.
what
you
it
wanna
is.
see what it is.
And then
okay.
everyone just brings their 3 favorite things. You lay it out, and then you do where you pick numbers,
Okay.
and then you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever number. Then the last person that like say like at ours it was number 11,
Mhm.
and then that person gets to go twice basically in a
Okay.
row, and then you go
Go
back, down. Then you go one more time up until everyone basically you came with 3 things and you
And you're
leave
leaving
with
with
3
3
things.
things.
And that was kind of fun, and it was funny
yeah.
to see what people
Brought.
brought.
Took.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
'Cause
that
I
does sound fun.
Yeah, because one of the cousins brought that what is that? Knights.
Talladega Nights.
Yes. This. So
3
I had 3 of them. He had that.
Let me guess. I could guess about who that was.
Well, and you probably can guess with this other thing because he had that in there. He had an ornament that looked like a flying pig. It was like a flying pig ornament, and then a car. What are those smeller?
Oh yeah,
fresheners,
yep,
car
air
fresheners
yeah.
that looked like Bigfoot.
Oh yes.
So
I know it.
so you know who
I
that
know
was.
exactly
Yes,
who that is.
yes.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure all 3 went to dudes. Like yeah. But yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah,
It was,
that does sound fun. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll have to mention that.
Yeah.
Something
It was
different.
Yeah,
you
it was a
know?
little different.
Like I said, it gets a little hard to do men's and women's. We can still do our gag,
Right.
but then do something like that where you bring
Right.
3 of the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Tim brought brought coffee, like
Mhm.
his favorite coffee from a place in Lincoln.
Yeah.
And I think someone else brought coffee too, like
yeah.
a Starbucks coffee.
Right.
But then that was kind of cute. Someone brought like it was like one of those frappuccinos,
Mm-hmm.
and then those fish, those cheese
Oh, goldfish.
goldfish.
Yeah.
So it was an array of things like
Right. It was all different.
cups and glasses, or like someone else brought like Christmas trays
Mhm.
and so it was a
Right,
lot of
it was
different
different things.
and it was kind of funny if you didn't know who brought what, and you're
Mhm.
kind of looking and going, I
wonder
bet
who
this is
Yeah, right, right. How much did you spend on those then? So what was
we
your-
didn't give this year. We actually
You
didn't
didn't do a
even give a limit. Usually we do. Usually
Mhm.
it's $25. I feel like probably people spent about
that amount.
around that amount this year. Though I did see another TikTok, and I was like, told Tim, I go, this would be way over the $25 budget. But if we do that 3, or even for like a gag, these
Mhm.
people did it for like the gag white elephant gift.
Right.
You know those things where you put your like hand in or whatever.
Oh
you can
yes, I saw that like in a bucket.
Yes.
Yes,
Did
and
you
you pull out whatever was.
Yes.
Yes.
And these people, they put their feet in
Yeah.
it. And they were like a couple, and they were somehow their like feet, their big toes were like
connected. I did not see
Yes!
that one. No, I
Oh
didn't
my
see that
gosh,
one. But
I'd about die. And they put it on like a
Oh.
little pedestal and like rode on it. I was dying. I was like, oh my gosh, that is
That's
hilarious.
funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tim and
Oh,
I have done that. We have hands.
somebody did do a I Love Launa hat.
Oh.
Yeah. And my dad got it, and then my husband stole it.
Oh.
I told him to give it back to my dad, but then my dad didn't want it. So. I was like, wait a minute.
And it was spelled right?
Yes.
Oh
Yep.
my
He ordered it.
gosh.
Yep. He's
Oh
like,
my gosh.
it was my cousin that bought it. And
Yeah.
he was like, you can buy anything on Amazon.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You really,
And, yeah.
really can.
And personalized, you just type it out and they just basically, copy
Just
what,
yeah. Yes.
One of my gay gifts one year.
love that though.
I
That's
know.
great.
I was like, what? But I was like, I love Launa. And one year I did a photo blanket.
Oh, I think you told me about this.
And Kirsten got it.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
Shout out to Kirsten.
Hey, Kirsten. I know you listen.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll be home soon.
Yes.
But she got it. And she had taken it back with her to base in North Carolina when she left. And I was like, you still got my blanket? I don't want anybody to use it.
Because isn't it all you?
It's all me.
Yeah,
there's
that's
like
right.
5 pictures and it's me.
That's perfect. I love that. I feel like that would be I need to tell my family that. To be like, let's do like the fun thing or the nicer gift or whatever.
And then
a funny one because
those are fun ones.
Yeah.
Those funny ones are funny.
Yeah.
You get a good laugh out of those.
Yes. One of my cousins was like, I had said like, we should just do a white elephant type thing. 'Cause I had seen some funny stuff.
Right.
And she's like, you'll guess who this was too. She's like, I don't need any more weird crap in my house. And I was like, you don't?
You don't
I
want
think you do. So then we stayed away from that.
Yeah.
We also did a new thing this year, and we need to not do as many, but we did a cookie exchange.
Okay.
Where we brought, so I was like, should we, like in our text message, I was like, okay, we decided to do the cookies, and I was like, should we all bring like 1 dozen?
Mm-hmm.
And Sue, hey Sue, shout out.
Hey, Sue.
She was like, oh, I think we should do 2 dozen. Well, when you think about it, everyone that's there is probably going home with a person. Or multiple, like there's a family.
Right.
So you're taking home at least 4 dozen cookies. So that didn't, like, we all kind of like put what we wanted on our plate. And then I was like, because it was at our house when we were doing it. And I was like, if yours didn't get all picked up, you have to take those. I was like, we're not gonna keep all of these cookies. I mean, they're all good, but we do not need
a bunch of cookies.
Yeah. No. So I was like, if we do that again, 1 dozen is
right,
plenty, or maybe even like just a half a dozen.
We get rosettes.
Oh yes,
for Christmas.
That's
my dad goes and gets them, and I think. I'm not sure, but I think we had 7 dozen. And we could add more.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I'm like, I want to take them home for weeks and
eat them. Can you freeze those?
I don't know.
Like,
I ate my last one not too long, like maybe Monday or so, and it was still still good. I mean, you could tell it was getting a little old, but I was like, I'm eating it.
Oh
anyway.
yeah. Yes.
So yeah.
Wouldn't you make those
I
before?
have made them. Yes.
Yeah. Like you and
Jen,
Knife Girl.
Yeah. I was gonna say Jen, and I'm like,
yes.
Yeah. Me and Jenny used to make them.
I was gonna
they
say
weren't
I
as good as the lady that makes them in Prague.
Okay.
But
sure, she's like the master.
Right. I mean.
Yes.
If I had a good recipe, I'm sure. I think we just got it out of the cookbook. We need like a good
recipe,
Czech recipe or something that,
Because how do you make, like, do you deep fry? Like, how do you make those? You fry them and stuff.
You have a rosette iron.
Oh, that's right.
So, yep, you get it in your grease and then you dip it in your batter and then you move it around in your grease and it'll fall off your iron.
Got it.
And then and then it fries for so long.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a funnel cake.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to, like, with the leftover batter, we would just pour in the grease and make like a funnel cake.
Yeah, it is like it would be like a little funnel cake.
Yeah.
Do they have different, like, the only ones I can really remember having as, like, a kid, I don't know when the last time I've had a rosette, but it would just have kind of, like, the sugar, like a colored sugar
Yeah, that's
on
what.
it.
That's
Is
what
that
she had on
is
it.
that
Yeah,
what usually
it's
it
like a
is?
little frosting, so it sticks, and then
Okay.
they must dip it in the sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you say that's, like, your favorite, like,
Oh yeah.
holiday
Yes, that's my favorite Christmas
dessert?
candy or whatever you want to say, cookie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, that's what
Yep.
you.
That's what I go for.
If you did not have that, it would not be Christmas.
It wouldn't be. No.
Yeah.
No.
I can see that.
Do you have anything that you?
I would have to say, I mean, if we didn't have the recipe.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, because I think it's just those those things,
Yeah.
traditions of, like, the recipe. Having, like, we talked about this in the last episode, but just having that dinner, the fish and all of that.
Right.
I don't think I really. Well, I have, like, my great aunt would make cookies, and when we would still get together, like when everybody was still kicking it, she would always bring cookies, and one of them is like it's like a pecan ball kind of thing, and it's like, and we did actually make those, and it was super simple, and because I'm not a cook or a baker, and we did make those, and those were really good. But she also made something else, and I don't know actually what it was, and I need to talk to my cousin and like her daughter and be like, what is it? Because I know she would have the recipe, but I feel like, yeah, not really dessert wise am I, like, for holidays.
Right.
But
yeah.
well, talking about just holidays, we just had New Year's.
Yes. Monday.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun? No.
We stayed home.
Yeah. Same.
Yep.
Did you go anywhere? Did you go to dinner or anything?
No, on New Year's Eve, we went and got Olive Garden and brought it home.
Oh, and
So that was,
yes,
yeah, and
and
we
that's
ate
what
it,
you
yeah.
did. Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to go anywhere, and I don't want to be around people.
Right.
You know.
Well, yeah.
And then on New Year's Day, we had prime rib and
nice.
funeral potatoes.
Oh,
it was good.
Nice.
Our
bet.
prime rib was very good.
I bet.
So
we had prime rib on Christmas Day.
did you?
Yeah. I didn't know we were gonna have it.
Oh,
and we had what you call funeral potatoes, and we call Annie's potatoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we had on Christmas.
Yeah.
Basically,
A
week apart.
Yeah. You had it on Christmas. I had it on New Year's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any? I mean, talking about Gen X type stuff. Do you have any? Or what did you do growing up for, like, New Year's?
New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, yeah, New Year's Day, whatever.
Probably just watching the ball drop in New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was little, we didn't go anywhere. And,
No.
You know.
And did your parents go anywhere, or did they hang out with you?
Do you
remember?
remember. I don't remember.
Yeah.
They might have went somewhere a couple times or whatever. But I remember, like, always having, when we were little, like, chips and dip and salami and crackers and cheese and stuff like that.
Same here.
Yep.
And I remember my mom, she would make the best meatballs.
Okay.
Like in a crock pot, whatever. So we would have, like, meatballs and you know, that kind of stuff. And that's what I remember.
Snacky
like snacks.
night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we kind of did that this year a little bit, and we watched a movie, and then we didn't even watch the New York stuff, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I did watch and I usually do watch something. But we were watching that movie, and then we were just literally, we've set a timer for
our time.
For New Year's to our time. And then I was like, oh, I guess the ball already dropped. We didn't even watch the ball drop. And then we watched some other channel, and they did
Our Time.
And it was like a music note. I think they were in Nashville. Is Nashville, that's central, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And it was a music note. And I was like, that's nice, but it wasn't.
It wasn't the New York City.
Yeah. And I think if we would have watched that other channel, it would have re-shown New York City, maybe.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I feel like they used to do that, but maybe they don't. Maybe they do something
I don't know.
different. Maybe they cut to another central.
Yeah. I didn't watch the actual ball drop.
Did you make it to midnight?
I did. We did. We were watching a show.
Okay.
So we were binge watching. So we didn't want to shut it off. And I was like at 11, I looked at my watch and it was like 11:15 or something. I'm like, oh, well, it's New Year's in New York and we missed the ball
Balls.
drop. But we had turned it. We had turned off. It was on Apple TV and Chuck did something and it popped up our menu
Oh.
and it showed Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, oh, I love watching them. So I said, turn it there for a little bit.
Sure.
And my Anderson Cooper laughing at the John Mayer
Oh, it's the Cat
Cafe was like the best. I'm
Yes.
so glad I got
that
to
you got
see
to
that
see that,
because
especially in seeing it live because I've seen the videos of
yeah.
it, but I'll have to re-watch it because it's just so freaking funny.
Yeah,
but being able to watch that all live would have been hilarious.
And then we also saw a part where it was a man from the Titanic, one of the rich people, like because Anderson Cooper's the Vanderbilt.
Oh, that's right.
And so, like, they showed this guy, he was on the Titanic or whatever.
Okay.
And so he was, like, frozen, like, dead. He was, like, the ghost of somebody.
Oh.
And he was, like, trying to give Anderson money.
So it was like a character guy, like, was he in New York doing
New
it?
York,
Oh,
yep,
okay,
yep.
okay.
That
I was like,
funny,
they're
too.
showing some guy that was on the
No,
Titanic.
sorry, no. It was the character of the guy on the Titanic.
Oh, gotcha,
Titanic,
gotcha.
Yeah.
What was
Oh, that
Anderson
funny.
Cooper doing when he was doing that?
Laughing.
Just yeah.
His giggle. Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
yeah, there were some good ones on there, and then I watched post of people that they had posted of the guys talking, some more funny things.
Yes,
I was like, oh, they are
hilarious, and they did shots every hour or something.
Yeah, something like that, and they did shots with Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh,
they did
yes.
It was a game. What was it?
Oh,
Never Have I Ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
That was
funny.
very fun. I saw a clip of that too.
Yeah, so.
They had all sort anytime I've been on TikTok or any other social media and they
have a clip of something that they did.
Yes, and I have to stop. Like sometimes I'm like, meh, and I just scroll, and that I'm like, nope, I gotta watch and turn it up.
Right. They were funny.
Yeah. I was sad that I did not watch it that night.
Yeah.
I definitely for next year. Hopefully they'll be on again.
Right.
I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they've
done it for a few years. But I hope that.
Yeah, I do. I think that CNN kind of put they couldn't get as drunk as they have in past years because I think Andy said something at the end when I saw it. Like at 11:30 our time or whatever. Or,
okay.
That he said, "Did I act appropriate or was my drinking okay or something like that?" It was just funny, and he's like, "Yeah, you did great," So, but yeah, they were still funny.
Well, and I don't know if in the past if they'd just been able just to drink, where now they were like, okay, you can have a shot, 1 hour.
Yep.
Yeah,
because I think they did used to do shots all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that Anderson Cooper said something about how he doesn't really drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
much,
was. Yeah,
so he doesn't have any kind of tolerance.
Right. Yeah, he was drinking something else one time that they were doing a shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He's like, not this time.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I know when we were getting ready to talk, we were kind of talking about New Year's Eve past, and we've talked a little bit about what we did. Like I said, as a kid, I don't ever remember. I know sometimes my dad would have to work if he was working at the country club, and they would have a New Year's Eve party. And I feel like my mom probably had to work out at the country club at one point too, bartending.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, I can remember being home. I do remember there were a few years where, since I already said her name before, Sue and the girls and my mom and my brother and I would earlier in the day would go to a movie and eat Chinese food.
Okay, that was your New Year's.
Yeah, and then we would be home before it was
Yeah,
night.
I think we did that too when we were
when you were little.
Mm-hmm. I think we went and saw a movie in the afternoon.
Yeah,
and went out to eat. And I don't know, but Valentino sounds familiar. We would go,
do a little Valentino action.
I mean,
buffet.
we went to Valentino's all the time. So. I miss Valentino.
I was gonna say you can have it delivered, but you can't you can't.
Oh yeah.
But
Unless
You can
went
go
to
pick it up.
Yeah, I could go to Lincoln or Omaha and pick it up.
Yes. We have sometimes get it delivered
Yum.
because it's not that far and they're quick. Like,
Are they?
yeah, they're drivers and it's hot. They come
Yeah.
like it's so good.
Yeah. Oh, I love. Yeah.
I know one of my cousins does not like Valentinos, and I was like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, because I remember when I was like, "We want to come over for dinner and figuring out what we're gonna eat." And
Yeah.
I was like, "You want to have Valentinos?" And she was like, "Oh, gross." I was like,
Oh.
"Oh, what's wrong with you?" And then
Yeah.
she wanted something else, and I said, "Talk about gross."
Gross?
It was like, no. And then I think we actually settled on Olive Garden.
Oh, did you? Something maybe in between or something.
Yeah.
You know?
So we were talking a little bit about Y2K.
Yes.
I feel like that was for our generation was a big for New Year's.
Right.
That would be the big thing.
news.
Yes.
That was going on to try to scare us.
Yes.
Our computers are going to go down. Planes are
Yes.
going to fall out of the sky.
Yes.
What else? There was just all sorts of
stuff. Like nothing was gonna
work. Yep.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to go get groceries, anything like that. Anything with
Like electronics. Yeah. Yeah, it was like, and the whole thing of like shutting your computer off.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I don't know what that was actually going to help.
I don't know. I don't know what that was going to help.
I feel like I wonder if there were people that were just like so disappointed that
it didn't happen.
Nothing happened. Or if there were people that were like ready, like with bunkers and
I
food.
think there were people ready with like boxes of food.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of like COVID. When COVID hit,
everybody got their toilet
everybody
paper.
got their toilet paper. They stole the toilet paper.
Yes.
Well, not stole it, but went and bought it all up.
Right.
And I think a lot of people bought a lot of canned and boxed food.
Yes.
And I think that's what they did at Y2K because there wasn't going to be any groceries.
Right.
So
I wonder if people were like getting, I feel like, any other thing that happens, it's like gas up your cars.
Right.
Yeah. So I wonder if people like them were bringing like their cans.
Yeah, maybe.
Get their gas. So you never knew if like you were going to
have
gas
or. Gas. Yeah. And then work. I didn't have to worry. I don't know how old were we?
Well, would have been year 2000. So
oh yeah, duh.
Senior.
So,
I would have been senior in college.
Yeah. So yeah, I worked. I was working.
At that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would have.
I wouldn't have been able to work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh darn.
Oh darn. I know. I'd have been like, oh,
damn computer.
I know. I can't go to class. Darn it. Were you scared?
I don't think so.
I don't remember me either. And I don't remember my family being worked up about it or anything. So then that would make me not. Because I feel like if my family was worked up, I probably then would be like, oh my gosh.
You would feed off of that. And be like, oh gosh. I better go buy some. I better be a doomsdayer. And go pack my my basement with you're everything. At school. But yeah, pack it full.
Well, at that point, we did have I was living in the
did
house,
you?
so we could have packed our basement.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to say my dorm room, and I was like, wait, no, I wasn't in a dorm. I was in a house. So, yeah,
and you
we could have. Yeah. We'd had to, move over the alcohol. Because
that was all stocked in the basement.
Stocked. More in the garage. Because we had, it was a total college house where we had a kitchen refrigerator and a garage refrigerator. And I don't remember how that even happened because we were in a rental. I have no idea. I think someone's grandma had it.
Yeah.
That lived in Crete. So, we had an extra fridge.
Yeah. It's your kegerator.
Yeah.
Had a kegerator.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like that was the first time I remember people doing fireworks around here for,
yeah, for New Year's.
For New Year's. Because, you did it obviously for 4th of July. But I feel and now it's, oh my gosh.
Oh, it's cool.
Was it loud here?
Not really, but it went on all night.
Did it?
There'd be some, you would hear it for 5 minutes and it would stop for a while. And then maybe an hour or so later, you would hear more.
Oh,
wow. So it was kind of and then at midnight, there was quite a few.
Okay.
That you could hear.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
It was, Lincoln was a little crazy. I was seriously? You would hear stuff earlier, 7 because I was like, okay, it's
a little early.
But then at midnight, it probably went for an hour.
Oh.
And it was just constant and it was so loud. And I was like, how are all these people having all of these
Fireworks.
And I was too
yeah.
lazy to even get up to
Get
look.
up to look. They're probably just
And I don't even know if I could see
boomersy,
them,
you
but
know.
yeah, I was like, I mean, I could look at some free fireworks,
Yeah.
but I did not.
Yeah.
Did not do
I didn't
that.
see any either. I
No,
didn't look out.
no.
That required me to get up off the couch.
What year? Another thing I was thinking about. There was Y2K,
Mhm.
but then I just saw this video of these kids that it was like, I don't know if it was. It had to have been for a New Year's, but it was like when analog TV was gonna like be no more.
Oh, okay.
And there was these kids, and it's totally Gen X kids, like it's two boys,
Yeah.
and they have like mullets,
And
and they're
I
like
think I saw that.
they have
I've
like
never
a.
seen
I'll
that.
have to find. I've seen it on like TikTok.
Yeah.
I know I talk about TikTok all the time.
I-
But they had like their recorder, their
Mhm.
camcorder,
Their camcorder, and
and they were like recording the TV, and they're like talking about it, like how it's gonna change,
how it's gonna
at,
affect
at
them.
this
And, yeah.
time. And they even each of them go like kind of in front to the side of the big TV that's on your floor,
Yeah.
and they're all like taking pictures, and they're like literally having to
Have a
take,
camera,
yes, and you see
yeah.
the flash go,
Yeah.
and then they run, and the other person doesn't. They get their photo taken, and then they just like scream and yell when it actually like flips
yeah.
over. And yeah, I don't know, and I don't remember. I don't even remember when that happened.
I don't either.
And I know it
That
said
doesn't even sound
I know it said
familiar to me.
the date.
Yeah.
And I know that obviously happened.
Right.
But I don't remember
It
being a big thing.
But to these kids, it was.
It really it really was. And I wonder if it was a big thing to other people.
Yeah. I don't know. I never heard of it.
So then what did we do? Like then if you didn't have analog and it went to digital, it was just something we had to get new equipment
receivers
and
or
stuff.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
was
sure.
I'll have to find that video.
Yeah, I do.
And yeah, I want to know, like, obviously we don't really even remember it.
No.
And I don't remember, I'm pretty sure it was in the 90s.
I would assume.
But I don't remember.
Yeah. Nope, I don't either. Not it even being a big thing. I mean, I don't, like that.
Right. Because I probably would have been worried that, we're not going to have TV.
TV, exactly.
That's what I would
be
have
like,
been
do
concerned.
we have our box?
Yeah.
Do we have the box for
For
cable?
I know. I
Where's our
know.
Panic mode.
Yes. Am I going to be able to watch MTV?
Yeah.
And my stories? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that we can say the same. We know exactly what we're
yeah,
going to
we're
say.
That's right.
I was thinking the other day that Tim and Chuck should maybe come on the show.
Oh.
Can you imagine the four of us?
No.
But I was like, they're Gen X,
right.
And we can get some stories in here.
Right.
Because I was thinking, well, we could do it where they were in here one at a time, but I think it would be
a little
bit more fun.
Right, with all four of us. Yeah.
I don't know.
That would be, yeah. Kind of like when
thinking-
we went on our booze cruise for Halloween. That was
so fun. I know we need to do more stuff.
I know. I don't like to leave my house.
I know. Well, and I probably would have pushed you to go to the Robbers Cave thing.
Oh, but then
I fell. So I was like, screw Christmas.
Yeah.
No. But honestly, I just
we could have
didn't.
got you a little wheelchair or something, or a scooter.
I know.
or
I was very
something,
sad because the day that I fell, my whole family went and
Oh,
saw
yeah.
the zoo lights, and I actually did cry because I had been so stressed out all fall,
and you wanted
and
to see
we had
them.
just done our celebration here in town.
Mhm.
And I'm in charge of that. So I
Yeah.
don't actually enjoy it just
Right.
because
You can't enjoy everything.
yeah. Right. And so I was excited to just go. I
Mhm.
wasn't in charge of it. I was just going to go.
Go and look.
And we had gotten tickets on a Friday because they were going to have booze
Oh.
on Friday. Like they
Yeah.
were only having, and I was like, I'm going to have a little booze
Yeah.
and my hot
Walk-
chocolate.
yeah,
Walk around, look at the fun
around.
lights. And yeah. Sue was very much like, she's like, we can get a wheelchair for you.
Yeah.
And then she called me to see how I was doing.
Mhm.
'Cause she said that in a text. And then she called me, and then I did cry to her. And and she's like, "I was serious. We could get you a wheelchair." And I said, "I'm in so much pain." I was
Right.
like,
If it
being
would have
in-
happened maybe a week prior, and then
yes, I would
you
have been.
could have got it in a wheelchair and
Yeah.
been comfortable or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I was like, "No, you do not." I was like, "You do not want to be around me, and I don't want to be around anyone."
Right. Get out of my way.
Oh, yes. I was like, and if you like touched my foot, I was like
Yeah.
in pain. Um, so yeah, I probably, if I wouldn't have done that, I would have pushed you to like go out and do stuff. I don't do anything anymore because of my dog,
No.
because we have to get a
Babysitter.
babysitter. So we do things. My brother is a
Your
babysitter,
babysitter.
the main babysitter, and then Tim's kids
Yeah.
are too, depending
If
if
they're around,
available or
yeah.
around. But yeah, so everything now, our like social calendar, because I even said this to Tim. I was like, his son was with us during New Year's,
Mhm.
but he went to a friend's, and he always does. He always goes to this one friend's every
New
New Year's Eve, and we've gone over there too.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, he's gonna be gone. We'll just hang out at the house.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't go over there until like almost 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I was like,
Oh.
well, shit, we could have
Then-
went to have dinner,
Right. And been
then
back
We'd
for-
been back for like 2 hours
Yeah.
before he before he left. I was like, I'm
Oh.
gonna remember that for
Well, yeah,
well,
because
not next year, but the year
yeah,
after.
because you know, with your dog, you go to the dog bars.
I know.
So you can take him.
I know. And I haven't wanted to go to the dog bars because, well, we haven't been there for a while because of that whole dog sickness,
illness,
or illness. And then when I fell, and
Yeah.
it was like, I'm not going to go. Even now, I'm like pretty stable, but I'm also like, okay, I don't want to be like knocked by a dog.
Right, knocked over by a big dog.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, we definitely, our social life has revolved around our dog that we go, and thank
Right.
God Lincoln has
Yeah.
opened within like 2 weeks of each other. They opened 2
Oh,
dog bars.
really?
They went from 0 to 2.
Two.
And one is very, we call it we've named both of them. One is like Cheers, like the
Okay.
Cheers bar, and everybody knows your
Yeah.
name. It's calm, little, the other one is like Coyote Ugly. Like the dogs are
Wild.
like up on the tables. And just prior to that, they were in one of those little like swimming pools.
yeah.
So then they get on the damn
They're
table, and then
wet?
they're like shaking on you,
Oh, my
like you're holding your
gosh.
drink. Like, it's not for everybody.
No.
And you have to like not think about it, because
Right.
you're like, I probably have dog hair in my drink,
Right.
or dog whatever.
And water.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Off
Yeah,
their
yeah,
fur.
yeah. So you kind of have to just be like, well, the booze hopefully will.
Kill all the bacteria or whatever was in there.
Yes.
Ugh.
But they do fun things like music bingo and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And we didn't do the Christmas stuff, obviously, but we did go. They did Halloween, like we did the
right,
Halloween contest.
yeah.
And actually they did, the one bar did music bingo and
The
a Halloween.
costume.
Yeah, so that
or
was kind
what?
of fun that they did it all together.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe in 2024 we'll get out more.
I don't
If
think
you would have,
I don't think so.
I was gonna say, if you would see Lana's face, that would be a no. Well, when the 4 of us record, maybe we can have
go
have
and
a drink.
Yeah, right.
And I forgot, I actually had. It's probably like fermented, but I had a
recipe?
little
Yeah,
recipe.
I don't think we should.
I don't
drink
think it would be
that,
good
no.
now.
don't
I probably
think
should
it
throw
would,
it away.
Probably.
I only had like a cup, like a big
so
cup of
you
it. I
already
took it
you
from
guys
Sue's.
drank it all.
They must have drank it, like we drank it on Christmas Eve,
yeah.
and then they must have drank it all because they brought back the big jug it comes in.
Oh, on Christmas Day?
They brought it last week.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say on Christmas Day.
oh no, this thing is like one of those big
Yeah.
things of it that
Oh.
my brother makes.
Goodness.
Yeah. And I said, I go, next year we need to bring but like I said, I stole,
Yeah.
I borrowed a cup
Uh-huh.
from their house. And I was like, I'm going to take this with me. And it's been sitting in the fridge.
Yeah.
I just
You
haven't.
just haven't drank it.
No.
Well, I think back to 2019? Yeah. Christmas when we all went on the bus, the tour bus of lights, and we were passing bottles. I would never do that now.
No. No. And that was right before
It was
COVID.
Yep.
That's right. Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, that was the same. Was that the same year then we had we had the ugly sweater party?
Yes, I think so.
I think it was. Like, we were partying it up that year. We talked about we want to do something like that again, or do something.
Oh, I would go to that.
Around some kind of Christmassy fun.
Yeah, I'd go to that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't share drinks.
No.
Like we did.
No.
Do shots.
Yeah. We did.
We did.
Yeah.
We just
we were like, here, try this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I can't. Yeah, it's funny how you did things prior to COVID and.
Yep. And now I'm like, oh, germs, don't come near me.
Well, I think about talking about germs and alcohol and don't come near me. The things that I did in college.
Yeah.
Like, someone was just talking to me about, talking about where because I had said how the college I went to at the time was a wet campus. It's not anymore. And so, but you could they would have parties. And you would pay like $3. And I think it was Tim I was talking about it too. And he's like, oh, and then you could drink all you wanted on the keg. And I was like, it was not a keg. It was literally cans of like Busch Light in a shower. There was ice in the shower.
In the bathtub. Yeah.
And this was a shower of like, fraternities.
Yeah.
You know that shit wasn't clean.
Sanitary.
I mean, I know that they had like, I think in those places they actually had like cleaning people there. Like dorms, you didn't have cleaning. But they weren't, still. It's a bunch of boys.
Right.
And I just drank all that.
Yeah.
That's probably why I've never gotten COVID. Because
I'm sure that's what it is.
I'm pretty sure because it's like.
Pretty sure
I got
COVID
because
because you drank foot water, whatever.
Foot fungus.
Yeah. Athlete's foot.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I don't even want to know what's in a
From under
fraternity
cheese.
shower. But I didn't even, like, at the time, obviously no one in there in the 4 years that and all the years that people did that.
Yeah, right.
Did you know it didn't happen?
Nobody thought different.
No, that's what you just did.
Yeah.
And you shared drinks,
right.
And you did all of that stuff.
Booze.
And you were like this close and.
Yeah, you always passed a bottle around.
Yes. Nope,
not anymore.
Well, and you and I would share. We would share like popcorn and pop at movies.
We would.
It wasn't even alcohol
it wasn't
related.
Even alcohol we shared.
Jenny did not like that.
No, I don't blame her now. I totally get you, Jenny. I'd have to put a space between us, I think, if we went
to the movies. You would put a space between me and you.
I might have to.
Oh Lord,
I don't know.
You wouldn't be able to go to the movies because if you had to sit by somebody else,
I know.
That's like when I go or they were next or they were behind you.
When I go to like my Bert Kreischer, I went to twice, and David Spade, and all these comedy things, and I'm like, I always am like next to the person. I'm like, I scooch over. I'm closer to Chuck than anything. I move over. I'm like, oh, don't cough on me. Don't sneeze on me. At the volleyball game, I went to the Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
And the lady behind me kept sneezing.
Oh,
and
Lord.
I was like,
Did you want to turn around and be like, go home?
Yeah. I would be like, I'd just moan. I'd be like, groan. Every time she'd do it, Chuck is like, oh, geez. I'm like, what if I get COVID?
When you go out now, do you wear a mask?
No. I don't go anywhere.
Well, you went to the volleyball game and you were surrounded by people.
I did. I did not wear a mask there. And I don't wear it when I go to the comedy thing. Because I haven't been to a concert since COVID.
No.
Just
the comics.
Just the comics. And then we're going to I think it's in yeah, to another comic. So
Oh, nice. So this
yeah.
month.
Yep.
Nice.
End of the month, I
End of
think.
the
I
month.
think it. Yeah.
Nice.
But
Have you done anything else that you wouldn't do now versus prior to COVID? Like I know you say like you won't go anywhere, you won't share drinks, but you do go
Yeah, I
places.
go places. I just choose. I would prefer not to.
Well, you're like
I'll go
choosing
and
your
eat.
places.
Like I'll
Oh,
go out and
okay.
eat.
Okay.
Of course, I'll go eat. But like, I haven't bowled. I haven't. I went to
Mm.
one movie. I've gone to one movie since COVID. We used to go all the time.
Right, you did. I think about
Oh,
that.
we putt golf. Which
Yeah. You touch that stuff?
I do.
Oh, because I wouldn't want to touch the bowling stuff.
Yeah,
or put those shoes on.
Right. Oh,
And
I wouldn't want to put shoes on.
Well, and I think about that now. Why would I want to do that before? But I think it's
Right.
because you just did.
Yeah, it was just.
But I think about some of the things that we used to do
Mhm.
that we had no thought about it.
No.
Like sharing drinks, bowling.
Right.
And these, who knows who'd been like, what people had done and then touched the ball.
Touched it. Yep.
And then for the shoes, they just like, they'll put a little air freshener or whatever in their little Lysol in there. And then they're like, here you go.
Yeah, here's your shoes.
And I mean,
Putt-putt, I do believe that they wiped off the. Well, no, because you could pick your putter. So maybe they had wipes there.
maybe.
I can't remember.
We went like, it was kind of like still during COVID because we had to wear masks. And I remember you picked from a certain area because the other ones were like the dirty ones.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you go somewhere and they're like, use this pen.
Right.
These are clean and these are dirty.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of like, because when it first
I'll pack my own
happened.
pen.
Well, and anymore I'm like, I could just, because I remember like when you would get gas, I would be like wearing gloves and then I'd have like Purell in my car and all that. And now I'm just like, whatever, I'm getting my gas. And
I make, if we get, like, if Chuck's pumping the gas and I'm with them, immediately I'm like, wash your hands. And like,
do you still have do you do the Purell stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And like places that have Apple Pay.
Oh, yeah,
you know, but then they'll be like, I gotta take your phone because, I can't, the thing won't reach out, you know? And I'm like, well, what's the purpose of that? And I'm like, don't give them your phone because they're touching your phone all over. And
I've never had that before.
Oh, yeah.
Because I actually just love the Apple Pay.
Oh, I
just
do too.
Because it's just so
you don't
convenient.
Need your card. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's some, like, if we like go through a drive-through, that's mostly what it is. So their card reader thing doesn't come out the window.
Got it.
So then, yeah.
Have you been where like someplace and I'm like, where they'll give you their reader?
Oh, yes.
And I'm all, and they're like, here you go. And I'm like,
yeah, well, what do
I get a job here?
What am I supposed to do with
Because I'm all
this?
like, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Right.
I've done that at Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes they.
I think Subway's like that too.
Oh, is it?
I think through their drive-through. I haven't been there for a while, but they used to be like that.
Oh. So I like scooters and like Starbucks. The apps. And all I do is go like this.
I show them my phone and they scan it.
Yes. A, it's convenient.
Right.
B,
and now you can order online at all these places too. So if you want to go and just, order at home and then go pick it up and whatever,
Tim did where I was like totally blown away by this. It was New Year's Day, and Target was open because we were putting away Christmas.
Yeah.
And we had bought a new wreath for the door. And he was like, I think I saw on Target that they have a like wreath holder thingy, storage. And so he got on, he's like, yeah, they do. He's like, I think I'm just going to get that. And he needed to go to like Kohl's to do a Amazon return.
Okay.
And he's like, I guess if I'm just going to I'll just do all of this.
Right.
So he left, and his son and I were there, and of course Gizmo. And then we got a text when he was at Target, and he was like, hey, I'm at Target and I can order Starbucks and they bring it out to your car.
Oh.
And I was like, so what, do you guys want anything? So we did our order. Well, when he came home, I was like, so how does that work? Like, did your person come with your order and then like the Starbucks person come with your drinks? And he was like, no, it all came out at once.
Oh.
So I don't know if it was something that popped up when he said he was there.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Like,
hey,
would
do
you
you
like
like
a
a drink?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, that's a good upsell.
Yeah.
And heck yeah.
Because
I'll
I
take
would
a-
never decline. I mean, even
I
if-
know.
Sometimes I just drive by Scooters and I'm not even thirsty for a coffee. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to Scooters and get a coffee
Because I'm right
because
here.
I'm right here.
And that looks really good. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, well, that was convenient.
Yeah.
And I was able to get a gingerbread chai because I had
Okay.
been wanting that all like this
All winter.
season,
Yeah.
and I hadn't gotten one. And so I was like, do they still have gingerbread? I mean, I figured they would since
Yeah.
it was
Since
only
it was just
New Year's Day. And he said that they did. And so yeah, like, are you able to order a gingerbread
Yeah.
chai? He was like, yeah, with oat milk. And I was like, okay. I
Yeah.
was like, I'll take it. Oh, it was good.
Did you like the oat milk?
I did.
Did you?
I did. I don't mind. I like the different.
Yeah. I do almond milk.
Do you?
Yeah. I've never
Yeah.
had oat before.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't
I'll have
mind
to
it.
try it
Yeah.
sometime.
I don't mind either of those.
Yeah. I
Like,
really like almond milk.
almond milk.
Yeah.
and I think it's, and I did oat milk the other day at
Scooters.
Scooters. Yeah. I was like, I should not have regular, like I
Right.
was like, I should get something. I'm trying to do the health
Yeah.
thing slowly,
Right.
getting myself into that.
Into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind it at all. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm drinking
Right.
a different kind of dairy or not.
I mean,
not a dairy,
right.
I guess.
Right. Not a dairy. And I've tried, and I just can't do it yet. I drink everything sugar free.
Okay.
Like Gatorade, all my sodas. I did do sugar free coffee creamer. Like,
oh, I was
like
like sugar-free coffee.
at Scooters.
Okay.
You can't do it yet.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
I
Sugar
gotta
free.
have-
It was a sugar free what?
well, like a latte.
Yeah.
You know, so it was caramel.
oh, so like
sugar-free
the
the
syrup.
syrup, yes,
Got
yeah,
it. Got
sorry.
it. Got it.
The
You
syrup,
said creamer, and I was like,
yeah, sorry, the
they do-
syrup. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can see what you mean because at the store you can get like
Yeah.
sugar free flavored
Yep.
creamers.
Creamer. Sorry, yeah, that's what I drink at home. is the
I don't-
sugar-free, but
I don't. I hadn't. I should have said that because I got a vanilla latte that day with the
Mhm.
oat milk, and I should have said sugar free, but I didn't. And then I was like, when I got to the window, I was like, I'm not gonna be that person. They're probably already.
made it
like,
or
making it,
starting,
starting it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not gonna kill me.
Right.
But I don't usually mind the sugar free
Yeah.
stuff, and it might be a certain flavor
Right. Maybe
that
if
you
I-
might like
yeah,
better if you try
Right.
different ones. Do you have a certain time that you put Christmas away?
Yeah, we try to do it like before New Year's.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, for sure before New Year's, and we got right on. It was like the day before New Year's this year.
Was it?
Just but we had
Like New Year's Eve or
no,
the
it was the day
before
New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, let's see. It would have been Saturday, so 2 days, right? No, Sunday.
no,
was
that
New-
was-
yeah.
yeah, that
so
was-
the day before
yeah.
New Year's Eve, yeah, because
Okay.
we had a COVID issue in our house for Christmas.
Oh, that's
so
right.
We had to wait and have
Christmas.
Christmas. So on one side, so
Gotcha.
we kept the tree up, even though I said I was going to take it down and we would just open presents. But
Sure.
I was like, no, I can't do that.
And did you grow up doing it like that? Did your parents do that?
I don't remember.
Or
No, I
you
don't
just
know.
have
I
always
just,
just
I've
been like,
just always like
once
get
Christmas
it
is over, you're like,
Yep.
and done.
before the new year, get it out of here.
Out of there.
Because I think it's because I take the week of Christmas off.
Oh, yeah,
And so I have that whole time off, and I'm like, I don't want to mess with it after I go back to work.
Right.
And I go back, the day after New Year's.
New Year's.
so-
Oh, that makes sense.
So
You
I
have
think
this
that's what-
time
yeah,
to get it
to
done.
get it done.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
My dad is usually like the next
Done,
day.
get
He
it
wants
done.
it. Yeah. Yeah. My brother stayed at the house and he texts me. He's like, well, the house is bare. Christmas is over.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
I usually like to do it on not Christmas, on New Year's
Mhm.
Day.
on New Year's Day.
And like have like snacks and
Yeah.
just like chill and
Right.
so eat and tear
Eaten.
stuff down, I guess. I don't know. It is
I
funny
mean, when
though
the girls
how
were little, it was like, okay, you can take all this stuff off for me.
well, yeah.
Now I gotta do it all myself.
Pretty soon you'll have a
Yeah.
grandchild to
Maybe
she'll be able to help you.
she probably won't want to. She'll just want to watch TV.
TV. She'll be like, no. Or she'll take stuff and maybe like play with it.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe she'll take it off, or maybe I can take it off and she can put it away. Maybe she'll find that fun.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't know.
Yeah.
But taking down is way better than putting up.
It's it's so much faster.
It's so much faster, and just, when you're putting that stuff up, it's like I want it in the perfect spot, and you're not going to get it, but you still have to step back and
yes, and look at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
It
took me like 2 days to decorate this year because I got all new ornaments, so I got all white this year.
Okay.
And so I bought a bunch of stuff.
Is your tree still like a green tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I bought all my new ornaments, and I didn't know. I'm like, okay, where am I going to put this? And I bought, I was like, all right, I bought too many of this. So I took, some back, but I wanted to make sure I had enough, so it looked even,
Oh, right.
I got birds to put on my tree. But they're cute.
You have birds?
Yes. They're little.
You're not afraid that they're going to attack you?
Me, they're they're like white owls. They're like,
oh,
they're cute.
Did you take a picture?
Probably not. Well, probably from far away, not like right up
right,
close.
right, like of somebody.
So, yeah.
Well, cute.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Cute. Yeah, it is always. And I'm always like, and I don't know if this is how you were as a kid, but like my mom was always like, you have to clean before you decorate.
Oh, yes.
And so I'm like that. Like Tim will be like, "We want me to do this?" And I'm like, "No, we have to clean.
Clean first.
Don't bring any of that up."
Yes. That's what I touch on. He's like, "I'm just laying it right here." I'm like, I don't care. I don't want it there.
I'm the same way. I'm like, we don't start decorating until
everything's clean.
Is clean. And then it's kind of the thing where then when I put stuff away and then I'm cleaning
up. Well, because there was so much glitter this year. Oh my god.
Oh, with your ornaments.
Yeah, the ones I got. Well, it's they were poinsettia like leaves.
Oh, cute.
And they had glitter. I mean, you bumped into those things and it was like a shower of glitter. I mean, not just a few. It was a lot. And I always had it on I'm like, God, good thing I'm not going into work because I'd have glitter on
everywhere.
My face, it didn't matter. And I would vacuum. I mean, even though I have wood floors,
Oh, yeah.
I would just take the vacuum, and be like, oh, but they'd still get in those cracks.
Yeah, oh,
Like,
yes.
oh.
Yes.
But I'm seeing less and less of that now.
Do you put your tree so it's in front of the window?
You can see it from the window, but it goes in the corner.
Okay.
So, but we moved it out further this year, like out towards the middle of the window.
Okay.
It's not in the middle, but it's moved closer.
Gotcha.
So there's more
that
you can see. Yeah.
Yeah. People I'm house sitting for, they put theirs. They always put it
right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Like they have to move a furniture.
Yeah. I would have to move a love seat, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Well, I guess my cousin Sue, she does that too. They put it they move their furniture so that the tree's right in front of the. And I do think that is cute, especially when you're out. But growing up, we would first when we first lived in that house, we would put it in the hall, and you could see it from one of the windows, but it wasn't in front of the window. And we don't. Well, they do have. There is a window in the living room, but that's not gonna work in there. And now that they built that porch, you wouldn't even see it. So it's always just kind of been in the dining room, and you can kind of see it from one of the windows. Yeah.
We always had ours in the front when I was growing up.
Did you? Okay,
because we had a big picture window.
Oh,
I mean, we do now at home too, but it's just not. We have a chair there, so
right.
I'm not moving it.
Right. Well, then it's like, well, where do you put this? And then it's always like in the most inconvenient place.
Yep.
And yeah, I get it.
And like to take down to decorate, like I have to take down pictures or something to decorate. You know, it's like, and then you take them, and I was like, well, what did I do?
Yes.
I should have put them in a Christmas box, but there's some I'm like, where did I go?
Yes.
I
know.
So
I do that on the mantle.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden I'm like, where'd that
that
go? Though we did talk about already. So the mantle, it's just usually just very like, well, the center piece of it has a Seuss like
Oh, yeah.
photo. It's just from like Hobby
Yeah.
Lobby. And then the rest of it literally is from Dollar Tree,
Yeah.
like stuff I have found.
Mm-hmm.
But my brother gave Tim a script that's like a signed script
Okay.
from Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was telling Tim, like, and it was just the script.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, you need to get like a shadow box or whatever those
yeah.
things. We need to put that in because it's gonna get ruined.
Right. With
And then
time.
yes, and then so he was looking on Amazon for something like that, and then I was like, well, I feel like we would only put that out for Christmas. Like, why would you have that out? Like, I actually got him one a few years ago for Breaking Bad,
Uh-huh.
and that one kind of hangs out
Right.
all year.
All year.
So I was like, well, maybe we could have our mantle
With
be
script.
like, or be all Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, kind of do all
Yeah.
that. And the first thing Tim said was, can we get fried pussycat? And put it on there. I was like, we need Launa's sweatshirt.
Yes, and I have a rug. A little rug, that
Does it light up?
Yes.
Because we saw that, and I said, well, we can get that and put it by the tree.
Oh, yeah,
or
right,
or by the door.
Or by the Chuck is always like, we should put it like half under the couch.
I mean, that is
Yeah, that's where
she died.
yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
if it
even
was
was
what-
there a name
I
for
don't
that
remember. Because I feel like they're like, he's like, she wrapped her damn
cat?
cat.
Go take. Doesn't he say go take the present out to the living room
Yeah,
Russ, or whatever?
yes. I think
he
the
doesn't
mom
say,
does.
or, yeah,
like, just take it to the
yeah,
living room.
room.
Russ.
yeah.
And he's all like,
Yeah, it's shaking. It's
yes. I gotta go open it. I think they take they after unwrap that one, but then the Jello mold, it's like
oh
it's
yes,
like
it's leaking, and she puts her finger in the corner, and Eddie licks it off of her finger.
Yes. I was like, okay, so then if we do that, I was like, I'm gonna be all ready for next year
Oh,
for
yeah.
our like. So I did look. I saw on Amazon they had I don't know if it's canvas or not. It looks like it's canvas, but it's a painting or
Mhm.
picture, whatever, of the outside of the house.
Oh yeah.
But then it has, like, in the driveway, it has
The
the
RV.
and it has them all standing,
Yeah.
looking, and then in the sky, it
Is
has the
Santa?
yeah.
Oh
and I was
my
like, oh God,
gosh.
if we put that up there, and then just got a few
Right.
little things. They do have those, like, houses and,
Mhm.
like, people,
Yeah.
but they're a little expensive.
Yeah, they are.
But they're on Temu, but I was like,
they probably
the-
wouldn't look.
I feel like they might not look good, because
I
they're
know,
only,
you
like,
could try-
$5.
Right, you could try at least one though, and
and just see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be afraid it would look like totally not like
Yeah,
not even
like I
them
made
at
it.
all. Yeah.
I tried to get claymation.
Oh my God.
I think I would try, and they were out of these. I would have tried the house, because I did look
Okay.
on Temu. I would have tried the house and maybe the RV, but
RV.
those were sold out,
Oh.
and they had a few of the people, and I was kind of like looking at them, even just on
Right,
on that
online. just
online.
to
I was like,
see-
I'm not sure about this.
right. Yeah.
So yeah, we put away Christmas, and I was already thinking about Christmas decor.
Yeah, for next year.
Yes,
Or
but
for-
I think it would be fun instead of the Christmas sweater, ugly sweater,
Mhm.
which I do think was
Yes.
fun, but like to come as your favorite like character. It
of
could be
a
just a Christmas
Christmas-
movie. It doesn't have to be a certain. We don't have to say a
Right,
certain movie.
right, a
Someone
certain
might be
movie.
like, I don't like that
Right.
movie.
Right.
But I think that would be
funny.
funny.
That would. There was a thing on TikTok where the family Christmas, they all dressed up as a character from Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah.
And one of them was Clark when he was up in the attic.
Oh my god.
And then one of them was Clark, with his hockey jersey.
Oh no.
So they did this the
Different
same
one.
person, just a different outfit
Right,
or
they
whatever.
weren't all
So
in the
yeah, they
same-
had Eddie in his bathrobe,
Oh,
and then they
sure.
had Eddie with his tank top tucked into his underwear.
and the little tube.
No, they didn't wear the
Oh.
tube, but they just had the one guy had his underwear, his tank top or his white beater.
That's
and
hilarious.
tucked into his underwear.
That's
So
great. 'Cause I
that
wouldn't
was
even have
funny.
thought of that one because I
No.
would have thought of him in his robe,
Mhm.
and I would have thought of him with the dickie.
Oh yes, his
Those are the
Dickie,
two
no, that's
times-
my
The
favorite.
two things I think about. Oh, and the blue leisure suit.
Oh yes.
That's like my favorite line.
Yeah.
I think when she's like, he was in a blue
Blue-
leisure.
He was a
leisure
beastly
suit.
man.
He was. What else did she say? He's bulging.
Bulging, yeah. His license plates were from Kansas.
Like she had such a small role, but like her lines,
Yeah.
and like that character is hilarious. And I don't know if you've ever noticed because it's from watching it so many times. Have you ever noticed when they're all at the house and they all go outside? It's like
Okay.
after
After the raid.
after the raid
yeah.
or whatever, and they're outside because the kids are like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
the Santa's or
North
the star
or
or whatever."
Christmas star, yeah.
And then when it blows up,
yeah.
and they all like fall
Fall?
back, like for days, her legs are up. They're just up.
Where's
Like
she at?
she's kind of in the back. So then when they're showing people and people are like, oh, and they're
Yeah.
like getting up
Yeah.
and they're whatever, her legs.
I haven't
Her legs.
noticed
Oh my
that.
God, you have to watch
I
that.
will. Oh
You have to
my
watch that.
gosh.
It's in that one, and if you ever noticed, this is a Christmas movie, but
Mhm.
it's another movie that we've seen a gazillion times. 16 Candles.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm going to talk about? Maybe not. With the grandma. When they all
No.
like are getting in the car to go
yes,
to the wedding.
Yes, and she's outside the car.
Yes, and she just like leans down.
Yes, like she's in it. Yes,
And
I do
don't
know
remember.
that one.
It wasn't that long ago. A couple years ago when I actually
Saw
it,
noticed
and I was
yeah.
like, wait a minute, she's not
Yeah, she's
getting
not in the car. Yep.
And she does
And
a bunch
then-
of stuff where she does get in, and then she
Right.
gets out, and they do all that
Yep.
stuff, and then she just like leans.
Yep. And
down.
then she gets out of. I think. What is it when they back up?
Oh
And
yeah, because then she gets out. So she was
because-
in it.
Yeah, she was in there somehow.
So I wonder if someone wasn't in that car during that particular
Maybe,
part,
yeah.
and then they come in when they're all like
when they're-
looking at
yeah,
him.
Yeah,
I just love seeing like,
things like that.
yeah. It's just so funny because I'm like, obviously they all couldn't fit in that
Right,
car, and so
right.
that's why.
And she
They're-
ducked down.
Yes,
It's like she was sitting.
I feel like we could do a whole episode about stuff like that.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
especially from, I mean, I'm sure now
Yeah.
there's movies, but
Back
back
then,
all those
80s.
80s and 90s
Yeah.
movies that they had some goofy things. Everybody's so creative. You
I
ever watch
know.
that lady?
No.
It's another. I know I've been
Another
talking a lot about
TikTok?
TikTok tonight. But there's a lady that you need to watch.
Okay.
Cannot think of her name at the moment, but I'll send a video of hers.
Okay.
But she basically she's like reviewing people's like cooking. Like you know,
Oh,
people will show
yeah.
their recipes and
Oh, I think I
cooking,
do know.
and her first thing she always says is, "Everybody's so creative."
Oh, maybe I don't know. No, I don't know that one.
Oh my God, it's so
Okay.
funny. And then, it's like wild things are
Yeah.
happening in the kitchen. And so she's commenting the whole,
whole
time.
time?
And
Oh,
then she also says, "It won't go down easy if it ain't cheesy."
Oh no, I don't know that one. I know this one lady, and I don't know her name, so I can't send it to you. But every once in a while, it'll pop up. But she'll review like people's cooking, and it's just like
Is it hilarious?
Oh, it's hilarious,
was-
hilarious.
I'm like, when you see that,
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, those are good.
yeah.
That's,
Well, I'm
that's
now
the stuff I like to
obsessed
watch.
with the low carb.
Yes.
Watching what people are making and stuff.
Yes.
It's like I'll watch that all the time.
I am too.
I'm like, what can I make?
Yes.
Tomorrow we're having we're having chicken tomorrow, never mind. But on on Saturday, I think I'm making that enchilada
Mm.
with the rice, with the cauliflower rice.
Yeah,
and
I want you to
yeah,
let me know.
I'll
I'm
let you know.
excited. That
That
one
one
looked
looked
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
I know not to send you things with warm cottage cheese.
No. anymore. I think when that
My
I
brother
watched that,
agreed.
I was like, I don't even know if I can eat cottage cheese now. That was disgusting. Oh, I'm like, who heats up their cottage cheese?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't like heat it up and eat it, but I think I could
No,
put it
put it
in
in something.
something.
I don't think
I
I
don't
could.
know if I could. I feel like I would need it to be mixed or whatever you
Mixed
call
up.
it, blended.
Yeah,
So I don't have the
chunks.
chunks of cottage cheese. Like I don't think I could do chunks of warm cottage
I don't.
cheese.
Oh God, no. Oh my, barf me out.
But I have seen that that's a big trend is using cottage cheese.
Yes, I did see one recipe that I was like, it had cottage cheese. I'm like, I could take it out. But it was chicken, like the shredded chicken,
Okay.
and then buffalo sauce
Oh.
and cottage cheese.
Oh, I
And
think
you
I might have
mixed
saw
it
something.
all together, yeah, and then put it on a wrap.
And was it so you could have it cold?
Yes, you could if you didn't want to warm
it
up.
up.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
don't
would.
know what that would taste like. What,
Oh, I think it might be okay.
But she didn't. She warmed it all up.
Oh, she did.
She
Yeah.
she mixed her chicken and cheese and
Everything together.
cottage cheese and so
And the sauce.
yep. So we'll see.
I feel like certain things to try it. I still am gonna
Yeah.
need to try those wild
Chips.
Those chips. I haven't tried
Yes,
those. I haven't opened them yet.
Oh, I have not. Where did you get them?
I found them at Costco.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't go.
I've been eating the wisps.
Where are those at?
Well, you can get those kind of anywhere, but I
Okay.
got those at Costco because they are a little pricey, and they usually are like in little bags.
Okay.
But
How
it's
are
those.
You like
oh
them?
my gosh, they're so good.
Okay.
They're like just cheese. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Oh,
baked
like
cheese,
like,
like some little
Parmesan crisps.
Yeah,
like thing?
yeah. So they're just like
Okay.
little chips.
Yep.
So yeah, I do like those, but I've
Yeah.
been like savoring them as I
Did you eat them?
yeah, like I'm like putting them in a bowl because I'm like can't because if I hold the bag,
Yeah, you'll just.
I'm just gonna eat them, and I'm not even like paying attention because I'm watching something and I'm just doing not even enjoying them,
Right, you're just eating.
and I'm like
them.
they're good, so don't.
That's like me and popcorn. I just eat and eat and eat,
Oh.
and then I'm like, oh my God, why did I eat all that? I'm sick. But it's just like, it's just like you
You're
just
just
keep putting
doing
it in your
it.
mouth. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, "Ugh,
I know.
I gotta stop. And
I
then I'll tell
know.
Chuck, take this away because even when I'm sick, then I'll be like, oh, I'll just keep
Eat
eating
it.
and it's only
Because it's
popcorn.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only popcorn. I
Popcorn.
do that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, maybe for our next episode, we could talk a little bit because with New Year's and it's not really I don't do resolutions,
No, I
but
don't
like
either.
we could talk about how our low carb, high
Yeah.
protein journey is going.
Yes.
And would they have ever did they do that in the 80s and 90s?
I think it was jazzercise.
Well, they still have
I know. I
jazzercise.
think it was working out though. I don't know if they really and salads.
Salads,
I
and you
mean?
like count
You
your
always saw-
calories.
Yeah, you
but I
always saw
don't
women
remember.
eating salads
Yeah.
in movies and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't ever remember being like low carb, high protein.
Right.
Yeah, or mixing your
I do
cottage cheese.
Ugh, yeah. I do no sugar. No carb.
No sugar.
No sugar. It's up to my coffee from Scooters.
I feel like every once in a while,
Yeah.
like a little
You
isn't
have
gonna.
to.
Yeah, you can't. You have to like
No,
balance.
Right. And my rosettes are gone, so I'm good there. I don't have
that's
my
right.
sugar.
Yes.
I had to eat them all, so. Couldn't let
Well,
any
and
of
that's
it go
what
to
we talked
waste.
about, where we were like, well, maybe
We
not
gotta
on
start.
January 2nd,
Right.
but
Right.
and that's kind of what I've been like starting, but still I have like Christmas snacks,
Yeah.
so I'm like trying to not just be like, oh, I'm gonna eat whatever just because I'm gonna have these Christmas snacks,
Right.
but kind of that's why I'm kind of doing the slow
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
So guys, tell us
Yeah.
what you're doing, or do you do resolutions? Are
Right.
you doing? I feel like this is always the time of year that everyone's like, I'm gonna lose weight.
Yep. Yep.
No
like
one does
they
it in
say.
July.
Right, yeah. As they say, the gyms are packed the first 2 weeks of January. And
Yes.
nothing.
And then all the commercials are
then, yep.
all about like Weight Watchers
Yep.
and
Yep.
all of that.
But yeah, I don't do that to myself.
No.
So.
No. Yeah, I know I'm not going to keep the resolution, so
No,
there's no
no.
sense of
No.
doing it.
I just need to get fit by 100 and Can't remember now how many.
Oh, that's right. You have some
160
days.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna buy my outfit and make sure that I.
Oh, there you go. That you
know?
have. There's your
Yeah,
goal. That you
yeah,
have
that I
it.
have
So
to.
yeah,
Because otherwise I'm not. You know.
yeah. It gives you like,
So.
okay, I have to do this
Yeah.
now. That's a good way.
Yeah. So okay.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody,
Yeah.
and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New
New
Year.
Year. Same me. That's what
Is
I
that
say
your
to
motto?
everybody. Yes. It's like New Year. Same
Same
me.
me.